Welcome to Chiaroscuro, the Art of Living Life. Today we are going to go over what is your superpower. That thing that you are just naturally gifted at and super strong at, and maybe that's even a little bit special. We've got 4 decks to choose from. Choose the stone that you resonate with the most, and that will be the message for you. We have a blue stone for deck 1. Deck 2 is this stone. Deck 3 is a white and green stone. And deck 4 is this stone. It's kind of a dark bluish purpley. It's really pretty. I don't know that it's really translating through the camera. I also wore the shirt. Don't forget to be, I don't know if you can see it, awesome. Because this is about your awesome superpower. So don't forget to be awesome. If this is your first time viewing, these readings are not time specific. I could have posted this 6 months ago. It could still be applicable to you now. This will be with regards to energy that you, since it is your current superpower, this will be about what is going on for you right now or what you're coming into. And then if other people show up in the reading, if there's multiple energies, keep in mind that the reading, it could be vice versa. If I say the energy is you, it could actually be the other person. Just take it however it resonates with you. And thank you. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe if you like the reading, and comment below. I really appreciate comments. Makes me know I'm doing a good job as a reader and that the messages I'm putting out there are resonating with people. So please do let me know if you enjoy the reading. And we're going to move into deck number 1. If you chose deck number 1, this really cool blue stone, if you were drawn to that stone, this is the message for you about what your superpower, your current superpower is. This is going to be exciting. I'm excited to see what people's superpowers are. All right. This card is called Work. This is about integration in a lot of different ways. So perhaps you are very good at using all of your gifts, all of the physical, spiritual ones, and creating something new out of it. This is a lot about your life's purpose, and demonstrating, showing, living the life purpose through your work, your actual job, your profession. So perhaps your superpower is expressed in the workforce, or in the things that you do in there. You'll be a person where work will need to be very fulfilling for you. It will have to have a purpose other than just making money, unless that's your life purpose, I suppose. But this is a little bit higher vibration than just simply that. It's combining a whole bunch of different things. This would suggest to me that you know your superpower. If you don't, this is an indication that just start doing something. Just take action and the rest will follow. Like, you are in the right place right now. You are on the path. And your superpower is basically combining 2 different worlds, 2 different things into something new. Is a lot how I see this. Will also be shown in work. Perhaps you're a good communicator and you're able to get people to work together who seemingly otherwise wouldn't. Perhaps, you're working in the spiritual field and you're combining, physical manifestation with spiritual alignment or something along those lines. But there's things that you are combining, 2 different, spheres that touch right here in this spark of inspiration that you have. You're a little bit of an alchemist, I gotta say. In whatever field you choose, this superpower, shows itself. But you are a little magical alchemist going on. All right, let's find out more. Oh my gosh, there's so many court cards here. This, more than likely, this is going to have to do with communication. We've got swords here for the first card, the 9 of Swords. So I feel like you may be this blanket here. This is the energy of the situations that where your superpower shines, is when other people are stressed out, when they can't see the forest for the trees, where everything seems overwhelming, and you're able to take that uncomfortable situation and find the sweet spot that actually gets them out of it. We've got 3 court cards here. I feel like these are situations or people in which your superpower shines. So there's a financial realm where it's almost like the Midas touch, where you're able to see where something needs to go in order to create money. Or perhaps this is you wanting to start, your own enterprise as well, to do your thing and build your legacy. We've got this intuitive connection here, the emotional stability, helping people find emotional stability in turbulent times. And then this is passion. Oh my gosh, look at this. We have all the suits represented here. Just FYI, very balanced. This is like an alchemist. It's like you understand the mind, body, spirit, soul, mind, body, emotions, heart. That's the one I was missing. Of people, of yourself. You understand that very, very well, and you're very, very good at helping people. Or we can take this in terms of you. Here's a leadership position. Perhaps you're seeking a leadership position to do your own thing, run your own company, do your own enterprise. That's true to you. That feels very fulfilling and is comforting to people and helps people, that helps you build your legacy. But it involves other people, lots of other people energy here. So you are helping other people in a way that is unique and different, where you're able to integrate a whole bunch of different things to make things better for them. You're either helping yourself out of this kind of dark place, or you're able to help others out through your little magical alchemy. Understanding the different spheres of things and then finding that spark in the middle. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Be bold and make the first move. This is Cardinal Moon. This is all about starting something. So this feels a lot like maybe starting your own business. Or starting a new job that allows you to use your superpower. But be bold. Things aren't going to start unless you start them. Like with this card, now it's the time for action. So if you're looking to help people, if there's a business idea you want to start, don't worry about what other people say so much. At least from what I'm getting so far. I've got one more card. We'll see what that says. But be bold. Be brave. You are where you are supposed to be, and you're moving in the direction you're supposed to be going in. Start, it's time to start. Time to start something new. Put on the big boy pants, big girl pants, whatever, however you want to say that, and, start something. Even if you don't know where it's going, doesn't really matter. This energy is all about starting. The cardinal signs, I don't know if I remember all of them, Capricorn, Libra, there's 2 more, but this is about starting. Just make the move. Full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. Are you overthinking a little bit too much? Or perhaps you're not thinking enough. Full moon and Leo, both of those are very, very powerful forces. Very big, bold, out there. And Leos are a lot, about themselves. I don't mean that in An imbalanced Leo is going to be very selfish, but most of the time, the Leo, they're just doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're here to learn, just like we all are. And there may be an element of forgetting how this can affect others as well. If your ego, you know, if this is being driven, this move forward is being driven by your ego, the one of status, the one of power, the one of something like that, beware of that, because that's actually going to be very misleading for you down on this path. Because if this is all about helping, I mean, you're very good at what you do. So there is going to be a certain level of pride and understanding, you know, that I am good at this. But in order to move forward and work with these other people, it's not really going to be about you at that point. It's going to be about them. And what assistance they may need that is right for them and not what you think is right for them. You know, you may be able to see the situation clearly. You know, you may be able to understand components of it that others don't. You know, seeing all spheres of what's going on. But that doesn't mean that they do, and that doesn't mean that you should rob them of their path to learn those spheres by being too forceful, by pushing them into something they're not ready for. Because your ego's telling you, I'm right, this is what you need to do. I think that's a lot about that ego. So though you do know what you are talking about, now it's time to kind of transmute it into a way where you maybe have a little bit more patience and use it to help people on their individual life paths that don't have anything to do with yours, other than if you connect and you're there to help assist in them creating something, moving forward. I bet you're really good at manifesting. There's an understanding here. It's very cool. This is a very, very, very cool card. You know, it's almost like physical realm, spiritual realm coming together, boop, or whatever realms you're working with that are opposite of each other. You are integrating. You're finding that sweet spot and you're allowing it to help other people. You're very, very good at it. And this superpower, there's an aspect of this card of work, you know? Doing this for work. You'll be successful at it as long as you keep the ego in check and understand that this isn't about you being right, it's about you helping other people. But be bold. Don't be scared. This isn't going to start until you start it. Nobody else is starting it. You got to start it yourself. Same energy here. Start it yourself. And don't worry about what other people say. You know, this is telling you to go for it. It's very cool though. You know how to transmute this into something beneficial for people. Oh my gosh, I can't believe all elements are represented. I love it. So balanced, you know? Balance here. Dichotomy. Understanding that in this strife and the chaos, there is a way out that actually benefits you. It's like you just want to empower people. You know, these are all positions of leadership that either you want to be in or you want to help people embrace their own inner power. What a superpower. You basically want to help people get in touch with their own superpowers and live through that. But there's a deeper understanding that they need. It's like you're the light in the dark, in a way. I like it. This is very, very cool. You've got a great superpower. That's amazing. To be able to make something out of nothing, seeming opposites. This will never steer you wrong. This will always be useful for your whole life. And creation, you know? The spark of creation. You can have the spark of creation, but nothing's going to happen until you take that spark and you move forward. I think a lot of this has to do with your job, helping people, helping them deal with the stress, with the chaos, with the dark, and showing them that there is more going on than what they think. They can't see. They can't see everything. I love it. I hope this resonates with you, because this is a really cool superpower. Oh, this is so great for the first one. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like if it resonated. Let me know. We're going to move on to deck number 2. If you chose deck number 2, which is this purpley, light purpley stone, this will be the reading for you on what is your superpower. Energy. Your energy, your focus, your words, what you put out there into the world is your superpower. Because what you put out there is what is going to manifest. Your effect on other people is important because of this. You see, you have the two circles, like almost like echoing each other. So the energy that you put toward a situation is what's coming back to you. So if you're super grumpy, you're getting super grumpy. If you're super excited and focused, you're going to get super excited and focused. It's a little bit of a mirroring, listening effect. But you have an important impact on other people because of the energy that you put out there. So what you put out is what you're going to attract. Fast, quickly, very, very quickly. Excuse me. This is very cool. This is very, very cool. Manifestation is very fast and very easy for you. It means you're really going to have to watch where your focus is, and you're really going to have to watch what you put out there. Are you aware of what you're putting out there? Because you've got some big energy. This is energetic powerhouse. So if you aren't using your energy wisely, you're also not going to be receiving the things that you want. So it requires a little bit of discipline in order to fully hone and fully focus this so that you can get what you want. But this is very, very, very cool. Energetic powerhouse. You have a huge effect on other people. Huge effect. So if you aren't aware of the effect that you have on other people, maybe some time to do some self-reflection to really understand that so that you can fully harness this superpower. Because you can uplift people just by being around them. This is the kind of energy of, if you're in the right place, aligned with yourself, totally focused, totally in vibe, you could walk into a room and just change everything by being there. Everybody's reactions, everybody's whatever. But if you walk in and you're a big sourpuss, you know, you're going to get sourpuss right back. Very cool. Very, very, very cool energy. I like that. Oh my lord. Wow, you're a Pentacly. Very earthy. Very, 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 very earthy. So, where this superpower is acting is in play right now is that I think you may be having either relationship issues or this is financial issues. I'm feeling two different things here. Due to the high level of Pentacles, there's going to be some of you that are dealing with finances and things on the more earthly, physical plane. But due to the dual nature of this card where other people are in play, you may be having relationship issues. This can be feeling like rejection. You know, for the relationship one, you know, this is rejection, feeling out in the cold. Either you're in a relationship that has lost its flair, and you almost feel like you're alone even though you're in a relationship, feels empty, and this is what you want. You're looking for a long-term committed relationship, something to build with somebody, a family to build, you know, your forever person kind of thing. That's what you want, but you're not feeling that. If this is money here, you're feeling the lack. You want the stability, you want the success, you want a career, you want to build, you're willing to do the work. You want to build something that lasts forever and can even financially benefit your family, but you're not there. You know, this is what you want, but this is where your focus is, on lack, for both relationship and money people. That, if you're really the energetic powerhouse that you say you are, if this is where your focus is, you're getting this right back. If you feel out in the cold in a relationship and tired and stressed out and, you know, focused on the lack, then you are creating more of that in your relationship due to this card. If you are focused on the lack in money, you're just going to create that cycle. That's the energy that's going to come back, because that's the energy you're putting out. So you may want this, but you're focused here. So there's a difference. Instead of focusing here and bringing this energy into your life, you're focused here on what you don't have, and you're getting more of it. There's an opportunity here for you to actually have the success that you want in this particular situation. I suspect that this is something, a shift in perspective would actually help you see. There's something you need to learn. There's a skill to build here. And I think that this has to do with your superpower. I think it's you getting in touch with the fact that of what this superpower is, that you have such a huge effect on your environment. It's crazy. You know? And I think this is you learning about it. I think this is something you haven't embraced in the past, or you are perhaps unfamiliar with. And this is you taking the time to actually study it, learn it, do the work, put in the effort. You know, it's a slow and steady journey. This is like a student in college, you know, beholding, or, you know, that's your gift. He's just staring at it with like awe. Like, that's so amazing. Look at what I have. I didn't know I had this. And then learning everything about it. So this is a novice. You are not familiar with this gift that you have. You aren't aware of your impact. Once you study, though, and do the work, this is success. This is recognition. You gain control over that gift, and you are able then to attract what you want, to put it out there in the world, to be successful in the ventures that you choose to take, and to be recognized for this cool ability. There's an element of recognition here where it's like people will see you differently because you are really lined up with your superpower. You've learned about it, you've learned how to implement it, and you can go out there in the world and do it, and then be successful and be celebrated for the amazing ability that you have. I think this is also, in a way, attracting everything you want to you. You know, this person's riding on a horse and there's a crowd of people celebrating him. It's just attracting. By doing his thing, or her thing, and focused, you know, wands are about focused where he needs to be, everything just comes to him that he wants. All the good stuff comes to him, because that's where his focus is. He's focused on his success. He's focused on his power. He's focused on his abilities. He's focused on how he's winning, a winner. And that just comes to him then, once you tap into this gift. And you're going to have to study this, though. I don't think that you're very familiar with it. And in fact, I bet to some of you who are watching this, I don't know that this reading is going to entirely resonate, because you're still stuck in this mindset. And you're going to think, she doesn't understand. She doesn't get how hard I have it. Yes, you're in a spot. I mean, we all get in tough spots. But this, due to your superpower, this spot is of your own creation. Your focus is creating everything in your life. And I think that that's an amazing superpower to have, because all you have to do is learn how to refocus. And everything you want comes to you. That's it. That's it. That's the effort you have to take. To learn to understand this superpower, and the rest falls in place. You don't even really have to do anything. It will just come. It will just happen magically. It'll be like magic. It is technically, I guess, the magic of this universe, of where we live. Very law of attraction-y. So if you don't know about law of attraction, I would suggest looking into it, because your vibration is very influential. Your energetic vibration. And that needs to be harnessed, controlled, and you need to understand what you're putting out there to the world. So you are going through something. You know, you are having a hard time. I suspect, again, there's a relationship aspect. This could also be professional relationships. Libra is about relationships. So there is the aspect of other in here. Balancing your needs with the needs of another. This could be a romantic relationship. This could be a business relationship. You know, egos are flying, perhaps. You know, you're fighting about your needs, what your needs are. A win-win outcome is forecast. So there's a way. There's a way in this particular situation for everybody to get what they want. That involves some negotiation. That involves you checking your vibe and putting the right vibe out there. If you're putting the vibe out in this particular situation of, you know, you don't give me this, and you don't give me this, and you don't give me this, that's more of what you're getting. If you watch your vibe and you're like, you know, oh, I just love you. I think you're great. And I'm really looking forward to us being able to work together and figure a way forward. Very different vibe. And the other person's going to be like, yeah, I really want to negotiate and figure this out too. You know, totally disarms. It's very powerful to watch your vibe. Very, very powerful. Nothing is yet set in stone. So the situation, this is the mutable moon. The situation is not resolved yet. It's in the process of transforming. It's in the process of developing. But you're going through it right now. You're not at the end. The good news with this, though it may feel unstable, unsteady, you don't really know what's going on. The good news is that because you're in the middle of it, you have the ability to change it to be the way that you want it to be. Because it isn't done yet. It hasn't, you know, concluded. The situation with another person. It's not over yet. And watching your vibe and how you interact with other people can change the trajectory of this situation to work in your favor and in the other person's favor. You know, this is kind of like operating from your highest good. Treat others as you want to be treated, kind of thing. So if you're being kind, somebody's going to respond to you with also with kindness. And it all gets worked out. I think at this moment, I wouldn't make any decisions. You know, if it's a business partner that you're struggling with, if it's a relationship that you're struggling with, because right now you're not in the right frame of mind. You need to do the study. You need to understand the superpower. You need to grow the superpower. Take a step back, you know. Mutable is kind of adaptable, fluctuating. Not exactly the time to make a decision. Libra. Libras are not the best, notorious at making decisions. They want to weigh all aspects of the situation. You know? I'm not saying weigh all aspects of the situation, but take a step back. Not deciding time. Because you've got to switch from this mentality to this mentality. To one of lack to one of abundance. To one of rejection to one of love and compassion and giving. You know, this is taking. This is I want to take to fill my needs. This is what I want to give. There's a big perspective change that has to happen with you. And that all starts by understanding how your gift works. How your superpower works. And how to harness that and use it. It's going to take a little bit of work, but it's going to be well worth it. Well worth it. Because this is a massive superpower. Very, very strong. It affects everything. Everything in your life. Every single thing you touch. Everything you put energy towards. going to affect. So if you're coming from a dark, uncomfortable, nasty place, you know, there's also a slight bit of entitlement I'm feeling from here. Like you are expecting other people to get you out of this situation. I mean, if that's what you want, with the way that your energetic powerhouse is, put the energy out there. The right energy. You're really going to have to learn about energy. How your energy interacts with the environment is really crucial, because you've got success here once you harness this gift, this superpower. Once you operate from this superpower, you are wildly successful. But not yet. This situation still has the opportunity to go in a really dark way, if that's the energy that you're putting out. So it's up to you. I would take some time. I wouldn't decide anything. Take some time. Learn about your superpower. And learn how to focus that to create and develop what you want. And there's a win-win outcome. In this situation that you feel so negatively about, there is a way for both you and the other person to be satisfied. There is a way. Whether it's a business relationship, whether this has to do with money in a business relationship, or this is a love relationship, it can be worked out. You're going to have to take a step back. Also, look at all the water flowing in that. I suspect your emotions are a little bit out of control. You know, combined with this kind of lack mentality. I think you're a little bit frustrated that people aren't giving you what you want, when you really have to give that to yourself, or tap into this superpower and put that the energetic vibration of what you want out there in the world, and it's gonna come. It's gonna come. Everything's mirroring you. Your life is a mirror of you. And if you are in an unhappy situation, it's because you're not operating from the place that you need to be. You're putting out the wrong vibes. So check those vibes. And pretty much everything you want falls into your lap. Freaking amazing. Unbelievable. I love it. I love it. This is so exciting. I really, really hope you succeed. If you choose to tap into the superpower, please let me know how it goes and the effects of really operating from the vibe of what you want instead of what you don't have. It's great. I'd love to know how your life changes. This concludes the reading for deck number 2 for What is Your Superpower? Thank you for watching. We're going to move on to deck number 3. If you chose deck number 3, this is going to be the reading for you on what is your superpower. This card is about connecting. Connections with learning about yourself through connections with other people. So your superpower has to do with gaining strength, gaining knowledge, gaining understanding of yourself through your interactions with other people. This can deal with past lives as well. If you are perhaps learning about past lives you may have had, it's kind of integrating that information. One line that I really liked about this card that that was written in the little white book when I see it is that you are taking information about past lives or connections that you've got in your life to learn about where you've been, who you are, and who you're becoming. Very interesting. So all these spheres of other people teach you about who you are. So your superpower is gaining strength through learning through your relationships with other people. Or other things, the things that you have connections with. Whether past, present, future, whatever. Got a jumper. They're jumping. So, I suspect you've got quite a lot of connections. I think currently there are some relationships going on in your life that it's chaos. It's kind of chaos. perhaps even at home. Are you living with a bunch of people, kids, family, roommates, friends, whatever? Those connections that you have right now are a little bit chaotic, and I think it's affecting your home, your feeling of stability, safety, security in the actual home environment. So I think that these are people that either are living with you or they come into your environment a lot. They have a lot to do with that home environment. Kind of creating this uncontrollable chaos. Lots and lots of different people wanting your attention, wanting something from you all the time. I think it's exhausted you a little bit, and I think that the way you're not handling it through a way of your superpower. Because, let's see, how did this go? You aren't working. You're not working at creating a harmonious, balanced situation with all of these competing influences of other people. Maybe you're tired, maybe you're sick of it, you know, but you're not putting in any effort to maintaining this harmony. So while you're taking it all on, and there's a little bit of a martyr aspect going on here, I gotta warn you, because it's like you're willing to take it all on, but you aren't willing to do the work to actually make the harmony. You just add to the chaos because you take on other people's stuff, too much of other people, things that aren't yours to take, and you carry it around, and it makes you tired. That's the way that you think will fix this situation, is by taking on other people's stuff instead of focusing on making this card upright and putting in the slow and steady work to create a harmonious environment with all of these chaotic influences. This calms down if you do the right work. There's the ability to have a nice environment, harmony between all influences, very supportive, creative, inspiring, great foundation for you to step from. But you don't want to do the work to get that. You would rather take on everybody else's stuff and then complain about how you aren't moving forward and how you're too tired and how you can't carry all of this weight, but then you keep taking it, and it adds to the chaotic situation. I think that this is your way of handling perhaps karmic connections. There's an aspect of karma or soul agreements here, fulfilling and releasing old karma. You know, your superpower for yourself and possibly for other people, once you learn this for yourself, is how to release that old karma, how to get out of that. And taking on everybody's burdens is not the way. So I would say with this, you are not taking advantage of your superpower, because you've got a very nice superpower that helps you deal with other people, to understand the relationships in your life, to glean that, okay, this is chaotic. I don't really like this. What is it about this that I don't like, and what do I want to happen? What am I learning about myself and my reactions? My mother told me this. This was one of my favorite things she ever told me, is that people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. So what is it? Are you holding on to relationships that have already served their purpose? There's no more fun in it anymore? Because learning through other people, that's your superpower. Are you learning? Or are you just holding on, never letting go, not even being able to see what all the lessons are because you're too busy taking care of other people's stuff and adding that to your load? This is very much about not understanding these relationships that you have in your life, what they're there for. They're there to teach you. They're there to make you stronger. They're there to release karma. You're creating a clean slate for yourself if you fully embrace this energy. That is great. Releasing karma. Learning about yourself through other people. Amazing. Great inner strength. It's funny though, because I don't think you know that you have this strength. You're not recognizing this superpower, that you have this depth to you, that you have this ability to look at a situation and understand wow, this person just came into my life to teach me this, and I am so glad that I got to know that I have this aspect in myself. I didn't realize that I had this strength and this ability to negotiate or communicate or assist or even stand up for myself. I didn't know that I had these things. Thank you for teaching me. Good luck in your life. Goodbye. No more holding on. It's like there's too many. It's like you're collecting relationships. In a way, you've misinterpreted this and this superpower. And you're collecting and holding on to relationships that it's time to go. If you cleared out the clutter a little bit, learned the lessons from the ones that need to go, learn the lessons, let them go, gives you the space to actually work on building the proper relationships with other people that aren't just there to teach you something and then go. A reason, a season, or a lifetime. Sometimes you'll never know, you know? I get surprised myself on, you know, some of the friends I've had for decades, you know, that I thought I'd lost, but then they came back. They're there forever, you know? But you never know. You don't really know. But if somebody's creating chaos for you and you're just holding on to it, there's probably something that you're supposed to be learning that you're not. And denying that superpower inside. Your dreams need a practical plan. New or full moon in Taurus. No planning, no working, no learning, no understanding, no plotting forward. This is almost going backwards. Look at the direction that it's facing, it's backwards. You need a practical plan to achieve your dreams. And I suspect you've got all of these, there's a lot of people around you pulling you in different directions. As a result, you're not taking action towards your dreams. But it's not as a result of these people, it's as a result of you not understanding the connections, why you have these connections and continuing to hold on to them. So make a plan. How are you going to do this? How are you going to learn this? Make a plan and stick to it. Put some work into achieving that harmony that you want. Understanding these relationships. How you affect other people. You know, how other people are teaching you what you were, what you are, and what you're becoming. What do you want to become? Make a plan. You know, this is like a combination of dreaming and magic, you know. Or no, I'm sorry, dreaming, magic, and then like the practical actions and plans. You know, you can do this, but you need a plan. It isn't just going to magically happen, because it doesn't seem like you're putting a whole lot of effort towards understanding these relationships and letting go what is no longer serving you anymore. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. It is time. This is coming up. I would suspect by the beginning of the year, the starts of 2020, or whatever year you're watching this, that's a very good time to do it. You can embrace this energy at any time, but beginning of the year will be your strongest time. Time to take action, make a move, accomplish some plans. Don't do it at the expense of others. You know, there's an element of being able to understand how your actions affect others. Aries can be very selfish, as is their nature, you know, to do their thing. And they can forget how it impacts other people. So just be mindful of how that impacts other people in what you're doing. Because other people are very much an important part of your life, and they always will be. You know, networking even. Once you clear out the clutter, once you kind of restart, you release the things that are there for a reason or season, you know, release the people like that. Stop holding on to them. And networking, actually, you'd probably be very good at networking due to the importance of connections and learning through connections. I bet for some reason I'm feeling networking here for you. Some form of networking would be strong. But until you understand your superpower, that networking can be skewed. You know, you may attract more chaos, more people that aren't in the right vein, and you know that aren't helping. It's like networking is to build a network of support, so to speak, but you would be building a network of chaos until you take this, till you get this right and understand your connections with other people. This is very interesting. Your superpower being learning about yourself through other people. Very, very cool. Very, very interesting. I'm trying to, for some reason, I want to draw one more card. I'm feeling for this one. Give me another card. Deck number 3's superpower. All right, quick clarification. Part of your superpower has to do with due to these connections with other people, you do understand people very well. And you're going to drop the ball. If you don't respond to the people that are stressing you out in a very loving, kind, compassionate way. And that is what ends the chaos. You know, the fighting kind of ends. But this is like a warning, don't drop the ball. If you go too fiery, you know, too angry, if you go from, you know, not wanting to work at anything in this kind of martyr position, this is just going to add fuel to the chaos. This is really about learning. You've really got to understand. There is no new start until you understand these connections with other people. I think there's also an element of believing that the connections in your life are responsible for creating the disharmony. I think that that's slightly skewed, is what I'm getting. I mean, you're no angel in this situation either, and the trick is really to right yourself, and then everything works out. You have a lot of influence on other people. These connections that you have. It impacts them as well. It goes both ways. It's not just for you. It goes both ways. Get yourself right. Tap into this understanding. There's an innate understanding of the connections between people and what you're supposed to learn from all of these people. When you do that, whatever's happened doesn't take on a negative spin anymore. You're like, okay, thank you for teaching me that. Wasn't the most comfortable thing, but, you know, if I were always comfortable, I'd never learn anything. I'd just keep doing what I'm doing. So thank you for encouraging growth, for encouraging me to move forward, for encouraging me to learn about myself. Come at that in a loving way. Otherwise, you're just going to continue to feed the chaos. Because right now, you don't feel like dealing with it, and you don't feel like putting in the work. Probably because you're overloaded, because you keep taking on other people's stuff. But there's a little bit of a martyr complex here. And you aren't a martyr. You know? You're supposed to be learning from these people. That's your superpower. To gain strength through the connections with others. Or even other things. I mean, you could be like, oh my gosh, I'm so connected to this. Although, maybe. I mean, whatever you connect to, your dogs, your cats, birds, hedgehogs, whatever. But it's time to take action. Time to get rid of this mentality. Time to focus on your dreams. Because these struggling connections, once you weed out the ones that you're supposed to learn from and then goodbye, there's a lot of power you can receive from the connections that are worth you holding on to due to your learning from connections. You can take off. You can achieve what you want. But you gotta learn what you gotta learn from the people in your life. Alright, that's the reading for deck number 3. I hope you liked it. And we're going to move on to deck number 4. If you chose deck number 4, this kind of bluish purpley stone. I don't think you can see that on this camera, but it's a pretty stone. It's cool. This is the stone that you choose. We're going to discuss the message for you about what is your superpower. Interesting. This is about knowing that you have it all in a way. You know, you are beautiful and perfect the way that you are. Not perfect in terms of flawless, but you are as you should be. Just as you should be. And that's your superpower. Self-confidence. This is also about hiding yourself. Are you hiding? Because you, in your pure form, are really an amazing person. You, in your pure form, are your own superpower. But you might be hiding yourself from the world, which as a result is depriving you and the world of you, basically, of your love, of your essence. You know, if you are hiding from yourself, you're hiding yourself from the world, you're also hiding from yourself. You're not showing yourself the love you need, and you're not able to love and care for others in the proper way because you aren't operating from your true self. But your superpower, look at how bright and colorful that is. Just pretty, like an explosion of power once you align with yourself. Once you love yourself, once you stop hiding, this is the time to get out there. Show yourself to the world. And the rest will follow. That's awesome. You just have to be you, and that's your superpower. You are that powerful. Just putting that in perspective. Because it sounds not quite so exciting to say, oh, I just have to be me and that's my superpower? Wah. No. It's actually really cool. That's it. You just have to be you, and you are magical. You are a superpower. Cool. Inherently. Through and through in all of your fiber. Alright. You are currently dealing with a situation that you've allowed to disempower you. There's a sense of not being able to handle it, not having the confidence, or not feeling like you've got the resources, or perhaps you don't. Perhaps the situation is just too overwhelming. But this is very much about not knowing yourself. You can't create the life you want when the magician is reversed until you embrace your gifts, your abilities, your superpowers. Turn that card upright, and then you could start manifesting what it is that you want. But when it's reversed like this, this feels a lot like a lack of confidence, especially combined with this card, not being able to stay on top of it, defensiveness. Are you responding to the world in a defensive manner? Instead of actively creating it, you're responding, you're defensive, you're already curled up in a shell because you don't think you can handle it. This is not believing in yourself. When you are great just the way you are, your true form of you. High alignment with yourself, bring your superpower. But you don't know it, and so you're responding in a very defensive or aggressive way to the things that are being thrown at you in life because you don't think that you could handle them. Perhaps overly defensive, like almost, I need to head this off before it even starts because I can't deal with it if it fully develops. So that's going to cause you to be defensive about things that you don't really need to be defensive about because you're always looking for what's coming at you next. It's time for a little bit of self-reflection. All right, I'll show you the way that these cards. This is you reviewing this situation. Now notice, this is a place of strength, standing upright. Yes, he may be having a walking stick, but he's not dependent on it. He's not leaning on it. You know, he's just got it to help him out. But he'd still be standing there if he didn't have that stick. But that's you reviewing this. You really need to see how this is no longer serving you. And that it's time to connect with your superpower. It's time to do the inner reflection. This is a little bit about solitude. This is finding out you based on you, not on the input of anybody else. Not what anybody else thinks. It's finding your beauty and your strength internally by yourself. Yeah. By doing this, this allows you to kind of, you've been living in an illusion that you aren't good enough, that you aren't magical, that you yourself is not a massive superpower. You've been living in this disempowered illusion, and it allows you to re-empower yourself and come to terms with reality. You get your head out of the clouds. In this case, I think the clouds are not necessarily your dreams, but it's a lack of clarity. It's the illusion of, I don't know where I'm going. I'm not good enough. I can't handle any of this. That's all an illusion. And this is you coming down to earth and realizing, I am so cool. You know, it's like you've got all these different aspects of yourself that you get to learn. Some of them may not be so beneficial, but there's at least one in here that's going to be super freaking magical. And that is you. That one that is right, that lines up. You are your own superpower. Your beauty, your strength, your uniqueness, your creativity. You are your own superpower. Once you align with it, though. It isn't just, you know, you've got all of these things going on that are blocking you from tapping into it. So you've got to take the time and take the journey to tap into it. To show the light in the dark. Your own light. And to be willing to share that with the world. Your own superpower. You know, once you're ready, you will be able to spread that and share that with other people. Your own self is just that amazing. I really hope you're not a narcissist or an egomaniac, because if you are, this is just gonna add fuel to the fire. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, you are that awesome. Interesting. Your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon, and the energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. So neither one of these are really about achieving your goals. It's like you're midway. So if your goal is really to embrace your own self-confidence, align with yourself, understand how magnificent you really are, so that then you can create the life that you want from the appropriate spot. Which, let me tell you, once you tap into your superpower, once you tap into yourself, the world will be your oyster. But you're not there yet. You're halfway. You've got some work you need to do still before you can reach that point of coming to terms with reality and manifesting what you want. You've got a little bit of work to do. Right now, your commitment is being tested. There's probably some things that are stressing you out, you know? Things you don't think that you can handle. They're there to test your connection with yourself. They're there to test that superpower. How much have you developed it? How connected to it are you? Does something this small really push you off the edge and create that much conflict that you lose the connection? Learn from this. Understand that the things being thrown your way are happening for a reason. They're not actually obstacles. They're helping you on your journey. They're helping you hone that ability to tap into your superpower, to understand you're amazing. And maybe all of these things are being thrown at you, but instead of looking at them as hindering, maybe they're helping reveal that superpower to you. Slowly and steadily, you can look back and say, wow, I overcame that, and maybe I didn't handle that the best. Next time I would want to do this differently, but still, I've got far more grit than I thought I did. Or, you know, lots that can be learned from those situations. So the commitment to yourself, to aligning with yourself is being tested. Stuff's going to come your way that's going to try to throw you out of alignment. And it's all there to teach you, to be stronger, to believe in yourself, to believe in your abilities, to get you to connect with your superpower of your magnificent, unique self, of the gifts that you have to give the world, and to get yourself confident enough to put yourself out there, to show your true self. Let yourself shine. Look how bright that is. It's shining. That's what happens when you just let yourself shine. True self, not ego self, not what you want to be. Who you really are. Who you really are is a superpower. So there's really no need to make up an ego self. Energy is gaining momentum. So things are going to speed up. You are moving in the direction of embracing the superpower. You are. You're probably going to get a little bit more of these blocks, but it's speeding up. Time to plan. Time to get a plan in place. Whatever you are focused on is where this momentum is going to go. So if you're focused on the fact that you are disempowered, this whole period is really just going to lead you toward more disempowerment. This superpower, once you line up with yourself, what you focus on, you will be so strong. What you focus on is what happens. It's already what's happening in your life. But if you're focused on the obstacles, you're just going to create more of them. If you're focused on what you've learned and how excited you are to really embrace your superpower of you, something very different is going to happen. The energy is going to move in a very different way. But it's building and it's building and it's building, and it's going to get faster and faster and faster. It's awesome. You're moving in. Once you line up with yourself, your dreams can become a reality. The superpower of you will allow you to do it. I suspect there's a little bit of teaching or guiding with this, where you're going to have to get out in some kind of public venue, whether it's online, whether you're doing speeches, whether you're doing conferences, but there's public speaking, something where it requires you to get out in front of people, to teach, to guide, to teach, to guide, once you have lined up and have that inner knowledge and have gained that knowledge for yourself by yourself, not listening to what other people say. But this is kind of the direction you're going. You're not there yet. The magician can be a teacher, but not when reversed. That's a false teacher. If you're trying to teach something now, you're not teaching the truth. Be wary of that. Halfway to the point. You're not there yet. Because you're not connected to yourself, your own self-confidence, your skills, your superpower. your power. But soon you will be. You're halfway there. And you're gonna get tested. But if you've actually done the work, so whatever you want to do, because there's momentum that's gaining, watch where you're focused. If you feel like meditating to gain the answers, then do that. If you feel like getting out there and actually engaging in an action to get the answers, then do that. Whatever feels right to you. But focus, put that building energy toward developing and growing and honing superpower instead of just defending. You're putting all your energy right now into defending. It isn't going to allow you to tap into that superpower if you're always on the defense. Because this superpower is going to have to be about you giving you shining. Whoa. Oh, the magician just fell off. Oh, and he came upright. This is what you gotta be. You gotta get your skills. You gotta get yourself together, your self-confidence. You've got the resources. You've got the skills. You line up with it. You got mad skills. Mad abilities in your inside. That's it. All you have to do is line up with how awesome you are, and the rest will fall into place. Focus on how awesome you are, what you want to achieve. Forget about all the reasons that make you defensive. Focus on how you're growing and learning from all of these uncomfortable experiences. And your dreams become a reality. Amazing! I want this one. I want to choose this stone. If I were watching this, I would hope I choose this, because this is so cool! Alright, deck 4. That is your reading on what is your superpower. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below. And this concludes the reading for deck 4.